also lawyers and consultant of law, testimony about Christ's resurrection. Our God, Christ is risen. British lawyer Frank Morrison wrote book against resurrection. Refused in this book the last events from Jesus' life on land, on earth. But when he discovered the facts with precise manner, he has no any excuse to accept Jesus and accept the resurrection. And he wrote book against the first book. The first book second book called with first chapter of this book whom refused I write it, because he didn't write the first book. He wrote this book, and first chapter called the book whom I refused to write, and second, and the whole title of book, who expel the stone. Second, one of the major big lawyer of one pastor or priest friend said, I am as a lawyer. I have studied in details evidences and proofs about resurrections, evidence and events, and I found sharp proofs about it. Gained good judgment from the highest court in cases with small evidence, not like the resurrection. Resurrection had big references. Third one, Thomas Arnold is a historical professor in modern history in Oxford. He said, thousands of scientists have studied the resurrection story with criticism way, like me. I used to study history and analyze his evidence and also judgment on historians and their evidence, and I didn't find story has a big and so strong and strongest evidence like resurrection story. Actually, it's so logic for all researcher, honest researcher about the right. Fourth, Lord Linderhurst is a big mind in law in Britain, England. He said, I know well who is the evidence and who is the proof, and I can say proof of resurrection story not fragile, not need, not have a doubt, because this big heist. Professor of law Simon Gernelf, 1783 until 1843, from Harvard University. He wrote book Check of Testimony of the False Evangelists according justice court laws. He said in this book, the apostles acknowledge the highest facts about resurrection of Jesus from the death, and also hope of salvation is by repentance from sins and believe in Jesus. And also apostles with the same tongue they acknowledge this testimony. Third one, Lord Lang, the big of judges of England, he said, truth of resurrection on this fact we focus our faith, and the evidence about this fact clear evidences from side of facts and conditions, and also answer and say it is positive from condition and also facts. No law man found any hesitation in judge with precise, truly, and the truth of resurrection history. Sir Edward Clarke, 7th, also from Britain, he say the same. He accept evidences of gospel without any restrictions as testimonies of honest men on facts. Actually, they believe and acts and leave it, not just acts. They did. Also, Strawberry, journalist. He is the author of book Case of Christ. On comment on Jesus' appearance and transfiguration to 500 persons after resurrection, no doubt, big amount of evidence and supports confirm and testimony about transfiguration of Jesus after resurrection. So amazing. No one can have a doubt in this resurrection. Because it's not just from one side. No, many history, tournaments, books, apostles, Jewish historist. What else? You don't believe? You must check the list in description. God bless you all. See you. Please not forget subscribe, press bell, like, share, comment, pray.